I wonder too, it's really easy to see everything that's wrong with construction. But it's almost just as easy to figure out how to win at it because so many people focus on that. Like it's really easy, like you said, to be unhappy with it in that way because of the stigma too. If you just go in by default thinking that you're not successful because you're in construction, oh, I just wasn't smart enough in high school to go to college, or like I was the kid that couldn't sit still, or I was the kid that didn't get good grades, like so I was in a trade. Like I see videos like that. That's a trend going on right now.
Yeah.
That's just so demeaning, I think, to yourself to think that way. I can't help but wonder if you start saying to yourself that you're making the decision to do it, that you wouldn't be more successful.
Yeah.
Almost because I almost guarantee anybody that is like, okay, I am here on purpose to be as good as I can be, and you have that mindset that anybody can get really successful in the trades.
Yeah.
And even if you only work in a trade in like physical conditions for 10 years, and then you decide you're gonna go be a salesman or something for the trades, and you go to go talk to people, there's a lot of paths what you can take. It's just treat it how have that idea of what you want to be, of where you want to go.
Yeah, and I think we've talked about it before too, but like it wasn't like I was always stoked about this, but there was that time that came, like, I'm the boss's son. I'm just kind of forced to be here, and all, like everything's been made for, I'm the firstborn son of a masonry contractor, so of course I'm at work.
Yeah.
But then like the day came where I'm like, I figured out that I really like what I liked about it, and what I started kind of like, dip my toes into what I enjoyed and finding that sort of stuff. And I completely flipped the script. Like I went from like, feeling like I was forced to be there to feeling like, okay, well, I want to go figure out how to build that. I want to go. Yeah. I want to be able to tell people like, hey, you see that? Like we did that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what you just brought up, we both have fit this thing. My favorite question is when are you going to take over the company? When are you going to run the company? Like, people have been asking me that since I was like 16. Back when I was 16, I was like, I'm not doing this forever. Like, what do you think I am? Yeah. And I remember not even being offended, but being like, who do you even ask me that? Yeah. It's kind of weird. Like, but I've always had the mindset or for a long time had it of, I'm just here. Yeah. Because this is what my dad does. And especially because nobody was ever excited about it either. Like, I'd tell people at school, a lot of my friends, like, over the summers I'd work, and a lot of friends would try to hang out. Like, oh, no, I'm working. They're like, when do you get off? Work until when it's done. Work until it's done. And I'm like, I'm just here. Like, this is just what I do. And I go tell people about that, and they're like, yeah, that's kind of weird. Yeah. That's concrete. And so everybody always, like, the way they talk about it, it's just it hasn't led to a successful outcome for most people. You're just in it because you couldn't go to school. You're just in it because your family does it. When I made that switch, like what you said, to no, I'm choosing to be here. Mm-hmm. Even if I'm not going to do this forever, because who knows? I have no idea. I have a lot of, I like having a lot of options and a lot of potential, and I think I can go do anything I want. Right now, this is what I want to do. And so that leads to a certain sense of satisfaction and in myself for doing a trade. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, I want to be here. I want to do this. I like learning. Mm-hmm. I like learning this process. If someday I want to go do something else, yeah, it's never too late. Sure. I see people reinvent themselves when they're 40. Mm-hmm. I feel like when you keep yourself open to that, and then make the conscious decision, make the I make the declaration, yes, I'm here on purpose. Mm-hmm. I'm doing this. This isn't being done to me because I wasn't smart. Like, that's such a crappy way to live. So when I made that switch, I actually liked the job. That was probably at the point where I hated doing it, and I decided I was going to. Mm. And then I was like, I actually like this. This is actually fun. Yeah. It's a pretty simple switch of the way of thinking. Mm. And I think a lot of people end up in that situation too. I've seen some guys that have worked for us kind of come around to that before as well. I mean, one of the questions is how do we get people to get to that point? Because a lot of people that we hire are that typical, oh, I'm just here to get a paycheck.
Yeah.
I do think anybody can get to that point. I think you can learn to love whatever you want. And it's this idea of getting people to decide they're there on purpose.